What's up, guys? Welcome back to my humble little corner of YouTube, the place where I review rackets in order for you to make an informed decision before buying your next racket that you think will suit your playing style, or perhaps even elevate your game a notch. Let's get right into it. Today I'm reviewing the Babolat Counter Vertuo 2026. And as always, I will start off by telling you some different specs and technologies incorporated in this year's model. And then I will come back and give you my god-honest opinion, what I thought about this racket. So, the Babolat Counter Vertuo 2026 is designed for a specific type of paddle player, not the one who rushes every point, but the one who stays calm, reads the game, and waits for the perfect moment to strike. At first glance, it may look like a control-focused racket, and it is, but there's more to the story. The Counter Vertuo 2026 is built for players who want precision without sacrificing comfort. Its round shape and generous sweet spot make it easier to place the ball exactly where you want it, even when the pressure is on. Whether you're defending deep behind the baseline or constructing a point with patience, this racket is designed to help you stay in control. For 2026, Babolat continues refining the successful Counter Vertuo formula rather than completely redesigning it. That's good news for players who appreciated the previous version, as the focus remains on comfort, forgiveness, and reliable control. But here's what makes it interesting. Despite its focus on control, it still offers easy access to power when opportunities appear. One reason is the soft fiber surface. Instead of a stiffer carbon construction, Babolat uses fiberglass to create a softer and more forgiving feel. The result is comfortable ball contact and effortless power, allowing players to generate speed without having to swing at maximum force. Now, imagine defending a difficult shot deep in the corner. Most control rackets require perfect timing to get the ball back with quality. This is where the Counter Vertuo takes a different approach. Inside the racket, the black EVA core plays an equally important role. This elastic material absorbs impact while adding a lively response on contact. In practical terms, that means greater comfort during long matches and enough explosiveness to turn defense into attack when the moment arrives. And if you enjoy adding variety to your game, there's another feature worth noticing. The 3D spin surface incorporates raised textures that help increase grip on the ball. This can make it easier to add spin to your volleys and controlled shots, giving you more options when trying to outsmart your opponent. But control isn't only about feel, it's also about consistency. That's where Babolat's whole pattern system comes into play. The whole layout has been carefully optimized to improve consistency across the face of the racket. Even when contact isn't perfectly centered, the racket helps maintain a stable and predictable response. Comfort continues to be a major focus with the Vibrasorb system. By integrating elastomer materials into the frame, unwanted vibrations are reduced before they reach your arm. Over time, this can make a noticeable difference during long matches and intense training sessions. Finally, the smart butt cap system adds a practical touch. The wrist strap can be removed or adjusted, making it easy to customize the racket to your personal preferences. The Babolat Counter Vertuo 2026 is made for players who understand that paddle is often won through patience, positioning, and smart decision-making. It offers a blend of comfort, forgiveness, and control, while still providing the power needed when the opportunity finally arrives. And perhaps that's the biggest strength of this racket. It doesn't force you to play faster, it rewards you for playing smarter. So, what did I think about this year's Babolat Counter Vertuo? Well, it pretty much delivers exactly what it's designed to do. And honestly, that's a good thing. This is a racket built for players who want comfort, forgiveness, and easy access to power. If you're relatively new to paddle or still developing your game, there's a lot to like here. In fact, when I look around the different paddle centers where I play, most of the players I've seen using this racket fit that profile perfectly. But here's where things get interesting. The same features that make this racket so forgiving for beginners can become its biggest limitation for more advanced players. Let me explain. If you have a solid technique and naturally generate a lot of power, you'll likely reach the limits of this racket fairly quickly. And once you do, swinging harder doesn't necessarily translate into more ball speed. Instead, the racket starts to feel softer and more cushioned on impact, almost like it's saying, "That's all I've got." Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because for players who don't generate huge power on their own, this characteristic can actually be a major advantage. The softer construction helps create pace with less effort, giving you a noticeable boost on smashes and attacking shots without having to force the ball. And that's exactly why so many developing players enjoy rackets like this. But there was another detail that immediately caught my attention: the handle. Anyone who's watched my reviews before already know where this is going. I absolutely love a longer handle. It gives you more flexibility when changing grips and makes two-handed backhands feel much more natural. It's a small detail, but one that can make a surprisingly big difference during a match. And I also like the feel of leverage, especially on those overheads when you go for the fence, or if you want to angle the ball down to the opponent's feet. Anyways, there's also another thing I've been talking about for years: the textured surface. Finally, Babolat continues moving toward more structure on the hitting surface, and that's a change I've wanted to see for a long time. Video after video, I've mentioned how much I wanted more texture from Babolat's rackets. Now we're finally getting it. The added grip on the ball makes it easier to generate spin and gives players more options when placing shots around the court. It's one of those upgrades you don't just notice once, you notice it every time you play. So who is this racket really for, you might think? Well, if you're a beginner or intermediate player looking for comfort, confidence, and a little extra help with power, the Counter Vertuo 2026 makes a lot of sense. Now, if you're an advanced player with strong technique and plenty of power already, you may eventually want something firmer and more responsive. But that's the beauty of this racket, it knows exactly what it wants to be, and instead of trying to satisfy everyone, it focuses on helping the players who need it the most. So that's it for this week's video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And me, I'm finally back from 1 week of vacation. I took the family to Ayia Napa, Cyprus, and we had a blast for a whole week, enjoying all-inclusive on our hotel. And I think I even managed to gain a couple of pounds. Well, for sure I managed to gain a couple of pounds. But I don't know about you guys, but 1 week without paddle, that sure sucks. So as soon as we landed, I managed to join a game, and it sure felt good to be back on the court. Also, some great news I got while being on vacation. My brother-in-law, who I played the local league with, he told me that we managed to advance 1 division, and we couldn't be more thrilled about it. After the summer, we will be playing in the next highest division, and I can guarantee you that the competition is going to be fierce. But that's the way we like it. Anyways, I'll catch you later, guys.
Hadouken!